If you want change, you need to vote.
This election is crucial. It's going to decide so many things about our future.
I'm voting so that people who look like me, think like me, and love like me can have a voice.
I'm voting to stop anti-trans legislation and to protect reproductive rights, not just of cis people, but also of trans and non-binary people.
I am voting this year because I care about getting anti-trans legislators out of office.
I'm voting because there's so many people that do not have the privilege, like many of us do, to advocate for themselves and vote in this country.
I'm voting because climate change is real.
I'm voting because we need to control the House and the Senate by more than a narrow majority.
Voting is our opportunity to make our voices heard. And if we don't, we're only going to hear the other side.
If we don't do anything, stuff is gonna stay exactly the way it is. So get out there and vote, guys. Vote, vote, vote.
Our liberties are under attack, being dismantled one by one.
I'm sick of the lies, and I'm sick of the hypocrisy, and I'm sick of the hate. I'm voting to save this country.
All right, kids, it's time to make a voting plan. Right, Diego?
I just voted myself absentee ballot because I like to sit at home and be able to Google the things I don't understand, props and board supervisors, huh?
If you don't know what to do on a larger scale, the best thing you can do is at least vote for your community.
I am here in New York's 22nd Congressional District, one of the swingiest districts in the country. I'm going to all the people who are in my neighborhood, trying to get to make sure that they know when to vote, how to vote.
Oh my God, you have to vote. The world is ending. Please, please vote. Find out where you're voting. Go there and vote.
I'm voting because that'd be embarrassing to be the generation that let democracy go away. Ooh. You don't want to have to tell your friends that you did that.
We're voting just to spite the My Pillow guy.
So if you have to walk in, if you have to mail in, whatever it is you have to do, make sure that you go out and vote this midterm election.
Vote for someone who's not evil, preferably, and then it'll be done and you'll have that sticker and it'll be great. Just do it. It's very important.
I've already voted this year to preserve our democracy and secure women's right to an abortion and LGBTQ civil rights.
The first time I voted was in the year 2000 for Kelly Clarkson for American Idol, and she won. So clearly my vote had an impact.
This year there are politicians and policies out there that are seeking to destroy and even end the lives of trans children. That's why I'm voting this November, and that's why I hope all of you are too.
I'm voting this year because more queer and trans books are banned this year in 2022 than at any time in American history. Queer authors, creators, trans kids, families, educators are under attack.
I'm voting because I want to keep the stories of our queer history alive.
LGBTQ plus community and our allies must come together and vote. We can't afford to sit this one out.
Everybody needs to go out and vote in order to protect transgender Americans across the nation.
If you vote, then you are practicing taking ownership of your power.
I'm voting because honestly, it is the single most important thing I'll do all year.
Black women are leading the voting rights movement. They are consistently saving this country from itself. And I want to see more Black women in power on the federal, state, and local level.
I'm voting because it's not a privilege I take for granted. I was born in Iran, a country where hopefully you've heard that the people are rising up against an authoritarian regime.
I'm voting to honor the countless Black queer ancestors who fought for my right not only to vote, but to exist in the fullness of my authenticity.
People died for our right to vote. I'm not going to easily give that away.
You want to have a legendary life? You better vote like your legendary life depends on it, because it does.
I'm Black, I'm queer, and I vote to ensure that my communities are equitably supported and protected.
I vote because my rights and my future are not arbitrary.
It is your right, it is your privilege.
So let's stick together and make our country a good country, united again.
I'm voting because we have so many amazing LGBTQ plus candidates who are running, and they need our support to work on behalf of us queer people.
It's our chance to put people in positions of influence that can amplify our voices and help shape the kind of society that we want to live in.
I vote to use my voice. I vote
to do my part.
Get out the vote. This is so important.
A lot is at stake. Please, your vote matters.
I don't know if y'all heard, but voting is sexy.
So get out and vote November 8th.
We have to vote. We must vote. Vote.
Get out there and vote.
Do it.
Vote!
And if you don't believe that voting is important, I encourage you to read the comments below. Ooh.